with us, Sarita Rodriguez. She is owner of Recalibrate Wellness, recalibrateWellness.com.
So really what I specialize in is people who are dealing with symptoms or health challenges that stem from trauma. So
knowing and enlighten us about Gus, your son, and his new show, Growing with Gus.
My cause of being an integrative nutrition health coach is really spreading the awareness of preventative health care.
All right. Visit Vegas Places. This is episode 8. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with your host, Coyal. Visit Vegas Places with Coyal, where we discuss real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners. And definitely we talk about the here and now of our listeners. Today we do have a special guest with us, Sarita Rodriguez. She is owner of Recalibrate Wellness, recalibrateWellness.com, alternative and holistic health services. Sarita, I do thank you for blessing us with your presence. How are you doing today, Sarita?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. Sarita, if you can let the audience know who you are and how they can get in contact with you.
I have my website, recalibratewellness.com. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, yoga instructor, and Ayurvedic practitioner. So I provide clients with holistic services, nutrition coaching, weight loss coaching, yoga, and it's all through virtual everything. For local clients, for Vegas, I do meet with clients one-on-one, but my services are open nationwide, and it's all virtual.
Okay. That's right. And then in other words, audience, what that is you don't solely have to be in Las Vegas to be able to take advantage of Sarita's services. You can be anywhere in the United States, actually anywhere in the nation. And you can get her website, and that is recalibratewellness.com. And Sarita does provide weight loss, stress management, anxiety, and also depression relief. She also helps you reach your full potentials through her nutrition and self-development. Could you explain to us a little about your one-on-one sessions, touching also on your personalized program, Sarita, and then also those who are nationwide out of the country, let us know about your virtual sessions.
Okay, so I have different programs. It really depends on the challenges that my clients have in what it is that they need help with. So really what I specialize in is people who are dealing with symptoms or health challenges that stem from trauma. So that can go anything from anxiety to depression to eating disorders or obesity. And so we get to the root cause of that. And how I go about that is we work with what's outside the plate, right? So if you have an eating disorder, or if you're dealing with obesity or even depression, and you find yourself that, you're just stuck at home and you're eating all the time because you're depressed, we deal with what's outside the plate first, because telling a person to stop eating is not going to work. It's not as easy as you think it is, right? So we deal with the root causes first and try to balance that out. I do have clients that have therapists, so I highly encourage that with my clients that have those challenges, is to partner with a therapist, and we work together in trying to bring back balance, ease off the anxiety, get back to eating healthy and managing those symptoms, and maybe hopefully decreasing some of the medication, getting them to exercise, and really have the mindset of preventing neurodegenerative diseases. Because what they don't say is, when you've experienced trauma, you're a candidate for that. When you are obese, your brain shrinks, So you're a candidate
Wow.
for that. When
Hmm.
you are taking medication, antidepressants, anxiety medication, all of that, that's all in your brain. And so you
Wow.
are slowly, your brain is shrinking, and they don't
Hmm.
really educate on that. So what I do is I try to tell my clients to help themselves in other ways if they can, so that they don't end up with worse conditions later on in their senior years than the
Right.
challenges that they're going through with now.
Gotcha. That is great. That is great advice. And one thing I've captured from you that real detailed and is very important is not only do you focus on the root cause, but you focus on the trigger points. And being open with you, Sarita, is I had an issue with cigarettes, nicotine. But not
Mhm.
only did I have the issue, by the grace of God, it's been going on a year now where I'm off. But not only did I have that issue with the nicotine and the cigarettes, but I had to find out that was triggering. And say, for instance, me, if I had a cigarette, well, I would then want to drink or go to a casino, which leads to other problems. Where at the end of the day, people don't know, like, hey, why are you gambling all that? But he really goes there, and it starts with the cigarettes. If he didn't smoke the cigarette, things triggers down to actions, which ends up in bad behaviors. And
Mhm.
some people aren't aware of that, to capture that. And that's one thing you make and you educate aware, you make them aware of. And I amend you for that. You're doing a good job, Sarita, and I thank you. Sarita, give them your website again. Where can they reach you at on your website?
It's www.recalibratewellness.com.
And Sarita, are you available on social media platforms as of Instagram and Facebook? How can we get in contact with you?
Yes, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me. My handle is Recalibrate Wellness. You'll find me there.
Okay, and Sarita, also, can you share with the audience? This is she's not just all talk, or what the youngsters call cap, all cap. She is certified. Sarita, let them know she was nominated as one of the top 25 coaches in Las Vegas, Nevada, 2021. Congratulations, Sarita. I know it's well deserved. Also, Las
Thank you.
Vegas Entrepreneur Magazine. You had a cameo in the magazines. Let us know about those milestones.
Well, it's really a great achievement. I'm very happy and very proud of that. They contacted me, and what they do is they get as many votes as possible for um, to be nominated to be on their magazine, and that is what happened. And I was just so happy to be featured because, considering what was going on last year, it's kind of
Right,
challenging.
right.
2020
Hmm.
was a challenge. Um, so starting the year was awesome with
That's
the
good.
feature in the magazine.
That is good. And congratulations again on that. Now, like you did mention it, it was hard as this pandemic started. That's
Mhm.
why Sarita does offer the one-on-one sessions. Those are important, Sarita, during these times right now for those one-on-one sessions on giving advice. Do you give advice on how to cope? And then again, I'm sure you have clients that aren't just, just the run of the mill average regular people. I'm sure you get clientele as far as business owners, all sorts of clients. And I'm sure, what is one way you can cope or even share best practices on what you do on even how to stay busy? In the case being where you lost your job, the kids are even back in school, so you're used to them being at home. What can we get advice on these adults who are trying to turn things around and come up with new things to cope with going on in lieu of what's going on?
Well, one of the hardest things I think when you're going through change, right, is
Hmm.
if it's a good change, we're happy, right? It's like, yay, you won
Right.
$1 million. You're very accepting of that, and you're like, yeah. But if it's a
Right.
bad change, we kind of get stuck. I
Mm.
don't know if you've ever read the book "Who Moved My Cheese" but it's a book I highly recommend because it
Okay.
talks about us, how us humans work when change happens. And, you're either that person who gets stuck and just stays in that room and waits for something else to happen, or you
Right.
get out of that room and start looking for a way out. So with this pandemic and with everything that's happened with the change, one way you can even start if you've lost your job, or maybe, I've actually had a handful of friends that were like, we're on the brink of a divorce because they haven't spent that much time with their husband in years for that long. So, any changes, just change the energy in the room. If you have to move furniture, go ahead and move furniture, clean out the garage. Start with that. Start with something that you can control. Okay. You can't control if you're going to get a job tomorrow. All you can do is try. All you can do is keep applying. You can't necessarily save your relationship if the other person doesn't want to be with you anymore. All you can
Right.
do is make changes for yourself. So do something that you can control, even if it's as little as organizing your closet. You'll be amazed
Wow.
at how that shift in energy, how you will feel. And if you do enough of those consistently, they all add up to
Wow.
wins. They all add up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you cleaning out your garage. And that opens up for new things.
Right.
There's nothing wrong
Right.
with you cleaning out your closet. It opens up for more new clothes.
Right.
So it's just the little things, and keep making little changes, little wins that adds up to big wins. Because when you shift your energy, you'll have a better positive mindset. So when you do go for that job interview, instead of sunken shoulders and poor posture and poor demeanor and kind of like, woe is me, you're happy. You feel productive.
Right. That's good advice, Sarita. It is. And I know during that time, I saw you cook. I want to touch in on the blog. I was really searching through your blog, which was very interesting on your website at recalibratewellness.com. And one thing I wanted to get with you was the smothered cabbage with ham. You definitely have to
Mm-hmm.
make me a plate of that. I have to try that.
Yeah, well, it's that season again, where we're coming up, where that's a little bit more grounding, a little more filling, a little more warm in our stomach. Yeah, definitely.
That looks good right there. Now again on Sarita's website, that is recalibratewellness.com. Sarita, let them know a little about the booking. For those that are listening and are interested, right now you can have a health and wellness consultation. I know it's free for 50 minutes. Let our audience know about that. For those who are almost there, but are kind of timid or afraid to reach for that help.
Well, okay, so the consultation, it's just us getting to know each other. It's a virtual consultation and it's free. Um, you fill out a form like how you would at a doctor's office or a nutritionist's or dietitian's office. And we go over your health challenges and what are your goals. And I determine if we would be right for each other, because it's kind of like dating, it's
Right.
we'll be working really closely together for the next several weeks or several months, depending on what your condition is. People have to keep in mind that if you are obese or going through certain health challenges, those things didn't come overnight. So
Right.
fixing it, especially if it's been a lifelong battle, fixing it is not going to be overnight either. So most of
Right,
my
right,
clients
right.
book a 6-month package or 6-month program with me. And the six
Okay.
month program is 12 virtual sessions. And in that we go through different steps in getting you back on track. Now, if it's just something where you're just looking to do a cleanse, or to lose 5 pounds, then of course there's no need for you to do a 6-month program. But because most of my clients do have challenges in depression or anxiety and obesity, so most of them do the 6 months or even longer.
All right. Now you hear that. So, and this is worldwide, and the city of Las Vegas. I know you listening. Sarita's right here for you. She is Las Vegas, and she's in the city of Las Vegas. So there's no excuse. Recalibratewellness.com. RECALIBRATE wellness.com. Sarita also has her son Gus. I would like to mention also while we're on, she has a new podcast. Once you do join her on social media, you would notice she's advertising Growing with Gus, which premiered September 17th this month. The video I love, which was getting to know your vegetables, and she breaks down the vegetables and the effects of it. It was very, very enlightening and educating. Let us know and enlighten us about Gus, your son, and his new show, Growing with Gus.
Well, this show, part of my cause of being an integrative nutrition health coach is really spreading the awareness of preventative health care. And from my practice and through my studies is what I found is how we were taught. It's not the same, or what we thought we knew is not the same of what information is available today. So how I can help is, hey, start with kids, start with families. And I wanted to use my son, Augustine, who's 7 years old, and we live a pretty fairly healthy lifestyle. And I just said, why don't we just share this with others? And I had a great team with me. Karina Bautista and Hector Rosales from Illusion Graphics. They helped me create this show, and it's been a great experience. I just feel so very fortunate, and we want to show children and families how they can have a healthy life, healthier lifestyle, how they can prevent lifestyle diseases. A lot of the things, the health challenges that we have, they're called lifestyle diseases. It's because of how you live your life. Now, having heart disease, having high blood pressure, that's a lifestyle disease. So obviously it's not you cutting out salt in your diet. It's also managing your thoughts. It's you exercising. It's a whole combination of a lot of things on how you got to that point. And so that's what I will be hopefully trying to educate children, is to learn to mind their thoughts, learn to eat carrot sticks instead of chips, breathe, learn to breathe. Something so simple, but people forget to breathe, and they hold their breath when they're angry, and not breathing properly causes brain fog. And here you are thinking you have brain fog when all you needed to do was just breathe.
That's right.
So just little things. It's the little things, and you're drinking energy drink because you think you have brain fog and you're groggy. It's just sit down, relax, breathe in, breathe out. Do that for 2-3 minutes. See how you feel. See if the brain fog goes away. Drink some water. Just little things, because we're always on the go. We're so used to how everything is so fast today that we don't think for 1 minute that maybe it's something that we're doing consistently every day that's shorting ourselves and our health.
You are correct. And it can be to the minus a minute thought. And then audience, when you check out Growing with Gus, I love it. It's a cartoon integrated with real life footage. So it is modernized, and how it is very genius how you did it to Sarita. They take a trip to the farmer's market. Gus also teaches you how to plant. He teaches you how to shop for fresh fruit. It's a beautiful cartoon, beautiful show. I can't wait to the next one. My daughter is definitely on it. And again, audience, this is Growing with Gus. Again, Sarita Rodriguez, let the audience know of your website and your social media platforms.
It's recalibrate that's my website, and it's also the same for my Instagram and Facebook page.
Yes, you heard it from herself, Sarita Rodriguez. Sarita, definitely, I appreciate your presence here. We are on Visit Vegas Places, and we're going to have a little humorous fun before you head out on us, okay? And we know it's my game, this or that. I'm going to give you an option of this or that. You're going to give me your preference of either or. Even if you haven't used either or, just give me a guess of which one you would choose. Okay. I tried to match it to your character, so hopefully, what they would call stereotyped you right. Well, your answers should be easy.
Okay. Let's see.
All right. So here we go. First one, this or that. Broccoli or cauliflower?
I would. God, it's hard because I like both, but for different reasons, you know. Can I say both?
Correct. You could. I'm glad you did. I've been telling everyone who's getting that situation, like no one says both, but everyone wants to force one answer. But see, you're a doctor. You know, this both makes me happy. You're not going to back me in the corner, make me decide on one. I like that.
Yeah, I like both for different reasons. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what would you say is the best way to, have both prepared when you do, indulge in them?
For me, I actually just like them both steamed. I can eat them that way. I know a lot of people don't or can't eat broccoli just steamed. They like to stir fry it, put it in something. Cauliflower, you can make it into cauliflower mash, cauliflower rice. You can have tempura, cauliflower, all kinds of different things, cauliflower steak. I mean, so many things. But for me, if you were just here in my house, I mean, it's just steamed.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So our second one, you're going to get a kick out of this one. So this or that, which one you prefer to get advice if you had to get advice from Dr. Phil or Dr. Oz?
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, boy, that's hard, huh? Wow, what a question. Hi. Boy, let me see. I feel privileged. Yeah, I would just, oh goodness, because they both offer completely two different things, and it's just,
I know,
they both are just full of personality too. I mean, Dr. Phil is full of personality, and Dr. Oz too. That's a tough one. Well, it depends on what I'm looking for. What advice am I looking for, right?
That's right.
If I'm having relationship issues or something, and maybe Dr. Phil would be the better person to talk to. He'll cut through the chase really fast with that one. You know?
I knew you have a problem with which doctor I'm choosing, but what's really funny is I had one before I was coming up the questions for you. I was thinking like, you know what? Let me put her against Oprah. But I'm like, hold on, we're all gonna pick Oprah. Who's can go in the boat with Oprah? And when I came with the Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz, I'm like, she's going to say they're both great. No, just like you did say, like, oh, they're both. Yeah, it's good. All right, so this is the last one. And then I want you to think of Vegas because, we're both here in Las Vegas. So in the case being, you had an emergency, real quick, would you choose in Las Vegas a hospital's ER or an urgent quick care?
Well, if you have a gunshot, definitely an ER. I think that's just common sense.
But now remember, let's talk Vegas. I don't want to, Vegas, but it depends on what side of town you're on too. You might not want to go.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, because I mean, there's different types of levels of emergency. If you're having like food poisoning or nausea, diarrhea, and all of that, you can go to the quick care. But if you have something that needs surgery, massive bleeding, definitely go to the ER or the hospital.
You'd be surprised at the quick care stories that you hear out here. I used to do, oxygen in them, and you'd be surprised. People come in there with anything, long as they see it. Especially, a lot of tourists that come here, they think those are the hospitals, which are just the first step to getting you to that hospital, to see if you need to go there or not. Yeah, so
common sense is not so common sometimes. I guess.
No, it's not. I think in 2030 there might be a curriculum in grade school for common sense.
Well, I mean, if it says quick care, and if you have a gunshot wound, I wouldn't go to a quick care for that. I don't know what is quick about getting a bullet out of you,
Or even something you've been feeling for 3 months, and now you decide to go to a quick care, and you've been having this issue for 3 months.
Yeah,
you need something long care.
Yeah,
not quick.
No.
Thank you. Now our last one is very, very Vegas, and we see how very, very Vegas you are. And this one I did a little research. I don't know, you might know. And if you can't take an educated guess and don't. And again, these are just to educate our audience on Las Vegas, Nevada. Now the question to this one is the name of the greenhouse farm where Border Grill restaurant in Mandalay Bay got their tomatillos and cilantro. So this is the greenhouse farm that actually was established here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and they grown tomatillos and cilantro. And it was said that the Border Grill restaurant used a case a day for Mandalay Bay. This is a greenhouse farm.
Oh, wow. That I don't know.
It was interesting when I looked it up. Their name is Urban Seed, and I don't know if it still exists or not. Even when I looked it up for this podcast, I'm going to do some more research on it when I get done. But the company was called Urban Seed, and it's funny because they weren't the first either that tried to do the greenhouse farming, organic, veggies and fruits here. I think they're like the third or fourth. But it's interesting. Urban Seed was the company, and it was said at that Border Grill restaurant in Mandalay Bay casino used a case a day of their tomatillos and cilantro. That's interesting. Yes. All right, Sarita, I want to thank you for gracing us with your presence again. Before you leave, Sarita, let our audience know where they can get in contact with you, ma'am.
They can find me at recalibratewellness.com on my website, or on Instagram or Facebook at Recalibrate Wellness.
And you guys hear that, recalibratewellness.com. Sarita Rodriguez, definitely, if you do need any of those services, get in touch with her. I'm sure she will book up fast. I'm definitely getting in contact myself at the end. You guys heard it for yourself. Again, Sarita Rodriguez, I want to thank you. I want to definitely thank you and Gus for putting together Growing with Gus for our children, to give them another option for YouTube, to look at something more educating. I thank you for that, Sarita.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And again, this is Visit Vegas Places with Coyal, episode 8 with Sarita Rodriguez, owner of Recalibrate Wellness. And you can contact her at recalibratewellness.com. Again, Sarita, I do thank you for joining us, and you have a great day. And thank you, audience. I know you guys could have been anywhere, and you guys chose to be here with us. We thank you.